Okay, let's just say it. Today feels like the day the markets finally broke. We are seeing an absolutely explosive, almost overnight rally in hard assets that's just taking over all the headlines. You're going to want to pay close attention to this. Let's get right into it. So first up, gold. It hasn't just crept up. It has absolutely shattered its all-time high, blasting right through $4,600 an ounce. And look, this isn't just some number on a screen. A move this powerful is a massive signal that something really fundamental is shifting under our feet.
And that right there is the million-dollar question we're going to tackle. What are the catalysts that are suddenly lighting a fire under these markets, and why, all of a sudden, are investors scrambling to get their hands on assets they can actually hold?
To really wrap your head around the size of this thing, you have to see it for what it is. This is not just some temporary one-day spike. We are likely looking at a really fundamental change in the market itself.
So, what does a structural breakout even mean? Well, it means the old rulebook might just be getting tossed out the window. We're talking about a potential long-term, deep revaluation here, one that's being driven by some serious underlying shifts in the economy and in investor confidence, not just traders chasing a quick buck.
The thing you have to understand here is the sheer force of this move. We are seeing record-breaking volume. That means investors are pouring in with an incredible amount of conviction. This isn't a guess. It's a full-on flight to safety, with precious metals proving once again that they are the ultimate haven when things get chaotic.
So, what's causing all this? It's not just one thing. It's more like a perfect storm of factors all hitting at once, creating this widespread fear and uncertainty that's pushing people toward the safety of something tangible. Let's break down the two main drivers.
First, you've got the powder keg. The markets are seriously spooked by reports that the Fed chair is now under a criminal investigation. Now, whatever happens with that, the mere suggestion of it is enough to shake confidence to its very core. I mean, it's a direct hit on the credibility of the entire monetary system.
And that just kicks off this massive domino effect, right? You lose faith in the Fed, that puts pressure on the US dollar. A weaker dollar makes gold and silver cheaper for everyone else in the world to buy. And with real yields, that's interest rates minus inflation in the tank, the demand for something to hedge against all this instability just absolutely skyrockets.
But wait, there's more. As if that wasn't enough, you look around the world and there are some serious geopolitical red lights flashing everywhere. Global instability has always been a huge catalyst for a flight to safety.
I mean, just look at the headlines. Tensions flaring up here, instability growing there, military pressure rising. For any investor, this is just a sea of red flags. Smart money sees this stuff coming and it does not wait around. It gets out of paper assets and into things you can physically hold. And right now, that means gold and silver.
Okay, let's switch gears and talk about silver for a second, because its rally is, well, it's particularly wild. Silver's story is really unique here. It's not just a safe haven asset. It's got a second, equally powerful engine firing at the same time.
So here's the key difference you need to know. Gold is the ultimate pure play on fear and distrust. But silver gets that exact same boost from fear-driven investing, plus it's got this huge growing industrial demand. It literally has two engines pushing its price to the moon.
And this industrial demand is no joke. We're talking about essential parts for solar panels, for EV batteries, for pretty much all modern electronics. This demand is so high, it's actually put silver into a multi-year supply deficit. We are using more of it than we are mining. And that supply squeeze, that's like pouring rocket fuel on top of an already raging fear-driven fire. Okay, so we have to address the elephant in the room. If gold and silver are going absolutely nuclear, what about digital gold? What about Bitcoin? Its price has been way quieter, and that silence, well, it might be signaling something really big is on the horizon.
This is the question every single crypto investor is asking right now. And the thing is, historically, Bitcoin acts more like a risk asset than a pure safe haven like gold. But that does not mean it's being left in the dust. You have to see that it's consolidating, it's building pressure, it's not falling behind.
You know, don't let the quiet price fool you. This is a classic pattern we've seen before. When fear first spikes, capital runs to what it knows, what feels safest, gold. But once that initial shockwave passes, that money gets hungry again. It starts hunting for bigger returns, and that's usually when it rotates with a vengeance into high upside assets, like Bitcoin.
So let's put all these pieces together. Let's build the new playbook for this market. This is how the smart money is probably looking at the world right now, and it gives us a really clear strategic view for each of these critical assets.
So here's the playbook in a nutshell. Gold is your go-to for system distrust and as an inflation hedge. Silver is that double threat, riding both the fear trade and a massive supply squeeze. And Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin is the coiled spring, just waiting for all that capital to rotate its way to kick off the next explosive leg of the rally.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. This quote really captures the mood out there. Analysts are putting out some serious upside targets, especially for precious metals. And the consensus seems to be that when Bitcoin finally does break out of this holding pattern, the move is going to be incredibly fast and violent.
And that leaves us with the final and most critical question of all. Are we just watching a temporary fear-driven rally that's going to fizzle out, or are we seeing the signal that the entire global market game has fundamentally changed for good? That right there is the multi-trillion-dollar question you have to be asking yourself.